Alright, here we are in FTL. I'm going to show you the basics of Cheat Engine. My name is Ted. So here we go. I'm going to click here to attach to the process of the game. So we're going with FTL. So we're going to change the fuel amount to a higher amount. So we're going to do 16 because we know it's 16 right here. So we'll do the exact value, 4 bytes, first scan. We found a lot of values. Let's change that amount to 18. So we're looking for something that changed from 16 to 18 and only 2 values. Cool. So we'll double click them, add them to our list, and then we will do changes to like 50. And cool, our fuel is now 50 and we can change this to whatever we want. This value also changed with it, so it's probably some kind of display value or something along those lines. If I change it, it has no effect, so it's probably a display value. So now we're going to hit these, click delete on them. We're going to do a new scan, and we're going to try to change this shots per charge on this laser to a higher number. So to do that, we'll need a value that is near it in memory. So the only thing I can think of that I can actually control here is the charge amount on the weapon represented by this bar. So first, let's scan for let's change the value type to all, because I don't know exactly what the charge rate will be. Let's do a unknown initial. Let's do a first scan. So we found a lot of values. So now we're going to change this to increased value, because I'm going to turn this on and let it charge. And as it charges, I'm going to look for values that are increasing from scan to scan. So I'm going to turn it on, increased value, increased value, increased value. Just keep doing that as it increases to and then stop before it stops increasing. And then I'm going to turn it off and then look for an exact value of 0, because it is at 0 right now. So let's do that. So we found all these. So now let's do the same thing with the increasing value. So let's just let it go, let it increase. Okay, so it looks like these are all doing. Let's change this to 0, and I don't see any actual 0 values, which is alarming. So I think sometimes you'll just get a bad scan. That's okay. Just try again. So we're gonna do value type all, and we're gonna do unknown initial, do first scan, and we're going to turn this on and do increased value, and let it build a little bit, and then let it build a little bit, and then we'll bring it back down to 0, and then we'll do next scan. So it's at 0. Just find anything at 0 that's staying at 0. So these are approximately 0. So let's do this again. Increase value, let it increase, let it increase, let it increase, and then go back down to 0, and then we'll do the same thing. Increase, so let it increase, and then scan, let it increase, and then scan, increase, scan, increase, scan, increase, scan. Okay, so we're narrowing it down. Sometimes this can be a little bit tedious. Let's do decreased. Okay, so cool. We're narrowed it down to only 11 values. Nice. So now we're going to do we're just going to narrow it down a bit more. Increased value. So it looks like these are our the best we could do. So we're going to select these and add them to our list. And now I'm going to change these and see what kind of effects they have. So I'm going to pause the game, change this to like 20. So it changed to here. Let's try change it to 60. So this does look like it has some kind of effect. Let's change this to 9,000. Okay, so we found some kind of value that affects the charge. And it looks like these are all in the same area of memory. So we could just pick any of these and go to browse this memory region to find our shots per charge. So while these values are changing in the memory viewer, you can see the red parts of the memory viewer going off. So what we want to do is look for a 2 that is in this area. If you want, you can leave it in hex, but I'm just going to change it to display. I'm going to right click anywhere, do display type 4-byte decimal. It makes it a little bit easier for me to find. Okay, so I see this 2. Let's see if it's near the changing values. So it looks like the changing values are in this area, so it looks like this is the only 2 that's near the area that I can see right now. So I'm going to try changing this to like some ridiculous amount, like 80 or something. All right, so we have 80 here. And now we see that the shots per charge displayed here does not change. However, that's probably because this is a static item text. So to test out our change, we should find a enemy to fight. So let me quickly do that. And then we can test out our weapon to see if it shoots like 30 or like 80 instead of 2. Okay, so we're going to change this charge amount to a high. Okay, actually I think that does not work well. Let's just let it charge and fire. And yes, that is way more than 2 lasers. So they're going to be absolutely obliterated by the single burst that is still continuing even after the enemy was destroyed. So it looks like our change took effect, and those are the basics of Cheat Engine.